Hi, I'm Quinn Nguyen at Intercom's the Oil and Gas Conference in Denver, Colorado. Joining me now is Jim Trimble, Chairman and CEO of PDC Energy. Welcome, Jim.
Well, thank you.
Now, in your second quarter press release, you reported that production from continuing operations increased 21% compared to second quarter 2010. What are the primary regions contributing to your success?
Well, we've had extremely good results from our three core areas. The first being the Wattenberg field in the DJ Basin, and it's primarily driven by the core production, but also the success we're having from our horizontal Niobrara wells that we've been drilling and completing. Secondly is a newly area that we picked up last year in the Permian Basin. We have a 21 well drilling program, and we expect to see very good results, and we've had double-digit growth there in production. And lastly, our Marcellus production in West Virginia, we had 118% growth in production year over year for the second quarter. Extremely good results for the company.
And how are you allocating capital between your different operating areas?
57% of our capital for this year is allocated toward the Wattenberg field. That is split out, and 104 wells are planned to be drilled as vertical wells. We have 175 wells that are going to be refracs and recompletions in the Codell and Niobrara. And then we have 16 wells we're going to drill horizontally in the Niobrara play. Then we have 23% of our capital is going to be spent in the Permian Basin, which is about $64 million. The remaining of the capital is for miscellaneous projects throughout the company.
Now, results in the Niobrara continue to exceed expectations. Can you give us additional clarity on your success here?
Yeah, what we've seen is we had a type curve that said we were expecting about 290,000 barrel equivalent reserves. And what we're seeing is the results in the core area that we've drilled to date. The wells have come on over 400 barrels a day, which is well above our type curve, which is 290,000. So we're probably getting closer to the numbers like Noble is quoting, maybe in the the low 300 of reserves per well. So very exciting results.
Now talk to us more about your Marcellus properties. How many horizontal wells will you drill there, and what are your economics in the play?
Today we've drilled 6 horizontal wells, and they're all on production. And that's where you really saw the ramp up in our production in the second quarter. We've got a 9-well program scheduled for this year. The rig came back to us in July. We're drilling the first well, just completing the first one now. It's a 9-well program. We expect to drill and have 7 of those wells completed this year. And then we'll keep the rig throughout next year, which will probably get us into maybe 20, 24 wells we can get drilled next year.
Now, you also mentioned earlier about the Permian Basin. What's the latest there?
The Permian Basin, we have a 23-well drilling program scheduled. We're well on track to get our program drilled. As I stated earlier, production is up there, and it continues to grow as we get these wells completed and turned in the line. And they're well within the guidance we've been giving to the community about these.
And what else do we know about PDC Energy?
Well, PDC Energy is a company that's got our acreage. The important thing to remember about the company is our acreage is all HBP. Other than a few of the leases in the Permian Basin, if prices of crude went way down and people had to stop drilling, it doesn't affect our proved reserves or probable reserves because none of our acreage is at risk. And that is really a key component. The other one is that we've got a lot of opportunities. We've got a decade of drilling on our existing acreage.
Okay, Jim, well, good information. It's been a pleasure talking with you here today.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I'm Quinn Nguyen for OilAndGas360.com.